Apple's iPhone X is one of the most talked about new smartphones this season, offering a controversial new design and landing with one of the steepest price tags we've ever seen. But it's not the only new handset that's making waves, and Google's got some new hardware of its own, including the Pixel 2 XL. How do these two super widescreen phones compare? I'm Stephen Shank with PhoneArena. Let's take a look.
Both these phones are built around screens with aspect ratios wider than the typical 16:9, resulting in some exceptional screen-to-body ratios, though the size of the panels themselves is relatively close, 5.8 inches on the iPhone X to the Pixel 2 XL 6 inches. Apple manages to deliver a much more compact handset due to the phone's top and bottom bezels being just as narrow as those along the sides. While that's not a move without consequence, forcing Apple to cut a notch in the top of the screen to make room for its camera and sensor hardware, it also does a lot to keep overall size down. Apple's phone is glass front and back, and while Google once again goes for a dual material look for the Pixel 2 XL's rear, the majority of the back panel is metal, now with a new ceramic-like texture. Both phones offer IP67 water resistance for extra durability. As for display quality, both phones deliver largely accurate colors, though the Pixel 2 XL in particular has gotten some flack for looking a little drab, though that may be due to expectations for larger-than-life oversaturated colors. Brightness is decent on the Pixel, but Apple's the big winner here, with the iPhone X's panel much better equipped for outdoor visibility. With a Snapdragon 835 or A11 Bionic under the hood, both phones are powered by some very capable silicon. The Pixel 2 XL has an extra gig of RAM, but neither handset is hurting for memory. Benchmark tests do show the iPhone X scoring a performance lead, but the Pixel 2 XL is more than equipped to handle whatever app you want to throw at it. Both phones offer a 64GB base storage level, but make sure to buy what you need out of the gate, as there's no microSD expansion available on either. The Pixel 2 XL understandably runs Google's latest platform, Android Oreo, while the iPhone X lands with iOS 11. The stock Android doesn't offer much in the way of surprises or really noteworthy extras, though it continues to deliver plenty of options for controlling and customizing your user experience. iOS on the iPhone X presents some new ways for navigating the interface thanks to the lack of a physical home button. That also means no more fingerprint scanner for Apple, but thankfully the new Face ID system is both fast and accurate. Both phones make some controversial decisions when it comes to audio, dropping their headphone jacks entirely. Thankfully, both do come with adapters for use with your own analog devices, but only the iPhone X ships with digital earbuds ready to use. While both have stereo speakers, audio tends to sound better on the iPhone, with the Pixel 2 XL having an odd, hollow quality to its output. In terms of raw battery capacity, the Pixel 2 XL is the champ, but Apple's usually quite strong when it comes to efficiency, making smaller batteries last longer. That's just about what we see here, and both phones offer quite close to 9 hours of screen on time in our custom test, with the Pixel 2 XL pulling ahead by a mere 15 minutes. Even with the bigger battery, recharge times are also faster with the Pixel, though the iPhone does have the bonus of supporting wireless charging thanks to its glass back. Finally, we've got the cameras, and both these handsets are already renowned for their image-taking performance. Each has a 12-megapixel class camera with optical stabilization, but the iPhone also adds a secondary camera to let users switch between wide-angle and telephoto views. While each can capture some beautiful shots, including under macro conditions and in low-light environments, there's a distinct difference in tone visible, as the Pixel's photos come across a bit cool, while the iPhones have warmer colors and tend to look a bit more pleasing. Both phones offer bokeh effects, but the iPhone's portrait mode is far more versatile, and using the front true-depth camera for portrait selfies is just the icing on the cake. Video performance is comparable across the two, with Apple enjoying coups like a 60 FPS 4K mode, while the Pixel 2 XL is better at audio capture and refocusing during filming. We just wish either phone had an extra widescreen recording mode optimized for these unusually shaped displays.
These two are a couple of the best smartphones you can buy right now. That is, if you can afford them. For while both very good phones, they're definitely on the expensive side of things, with the Pixel 2 starting at $850 or a cool $1,000 for the iPhone. Both do a lot well, helping to justify those prices, but with neither head and shoulders above the other, it's ultimately going to come down to a choice of personal platform preference that point you in the direction of which model to take home. I'm Stephen Shank with PhoneArena. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming videos.